April 22nd, 1996, Raw versus Nitro. Raw has got an Intercontinental Championship rematch between Goldust and Savio Vega. It's the go-home show for In Your House number 7, Good Friends, Better Enemies. And Nitro, what does Nitro counter with? Nitro counters with a tag team match that has all the gold on the line in the main event. Very nervous, very nervous. This is Tru Rewind 49.
This is Tru Rewind. This is Tru Rewind.
This is Tru Rewind. This is Tru Rewind.
This is Tru Rewind. This is Tru Rewind.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for a live edition. We are in the DeLorean. Pump up the flux capacitor to 11 because we are going back to 1996, April 22nd to be exact. WWF Raw, WCW Nitro, the Monday Night War on another edition, episode 49, season 2 of Tru Rewind. I am back once again with the pilot, the driver of the DeLorean himself, the connoisseur of reporting, Mr. Romeo Anthony Colon.
What is up, SP3? What is up, everyone watching? Thank you for joining us again. Tru Rewind, let's do it.
Yes, let's do it once again. Our backseat driver, the supreme Ivan Ooze, drunk guy JJ. He's lost again in time, Romeo. He's lost again. He's not feeling well. We dropped him off at a pit stop to get some cough medicine to help with his laryngitis, and he wound up doing coke and going on a binger, and he is stuck in 1995 again. We already went past 1995. We weren't going to stick there too long. We had to join the people live. So we left him back in 1995 and we're in 1996. You want to wish him, the best of luck on his coke cough medicine binger?
Very, very depressing that he had to go back to 95.
Yeah.
He's not the only one that did coke in this episode. I'll tell you that much.
That's exactly why I said coke. Yes, indeed. If you're watching us live right now on the YouTube channel, drop us a like, share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content that we got right here on True Hill Heat. Live streams going on each and every day pretty much this week. You had Rated Raw Superstars last night with my good brother here, Romeo Anthony Colon, and filling in for drunk guy JJ on Rated Raw Superstars this week was the three-time baby making champion. This is Ness. Going Raw made me sick. And yeah, it made me sick even watching it Tuesday morning. So yes, I do agree with that testament right there. Tomorrow we're going live during AEW Dynamite with Homecoming watch along with Romeo, Ness, maybe a couple of more of the True Hill Heat gang will join us for that. Thursday, I don't even know what's going on Thursday, but we got a new video dropping pretty much every single day.
Blunt Impact live.
Oh yeah, yes, Blunt Impact. Well, how can I forget Blunt Impact? They're going live at 10:35 Eastern Time following Impact Wrestling. Friday, something's gonna be on the YouTube channel. We're dropping videos each and every day this week, and of course Saturday you got the True Hill Heat weekly podcast. But man, Romeo, it's been a while since we rode in the DeLorean live for the people. Tell us where we're at. Tell us where we're going. Break it down for us.
Monday Night Raw. Let's start with that. It is the go-home show for In Your House, number 7, Good Friends, Better Enemies, April 22nd, 1996. Taped from San Bernardino, California. This is the 4th episode in a row.
Too many times. I feel like it's always Groundhog Day on Monday Night Raw when we have these marathon tapings.
The Raw after Mania, they just taped the entire build for In Your House on just one night from San Bernardino, and it ended up biting them in the ass because they had to change several matches due to injuries that occurred on the way. So Raw,
Gotta love that.
Raw started with the Intercontinental title rematch, Goldust versus Savio Vega. Remember, the title was stricken and suspended last week by Gorilla Monsoon, Uncle Gino.
Uncle Gino, always putting in that work. Joining us live, we got Fifth Generation Carney. Thank you, good brother, for joining us on the ride in the DeLorean. Buckle up, bring some snacks because it's going to be a wild ride as we go to April 22nd, 1996. But yes, Savio Vega versus Goldust. That convoluted finish that we had last week, that really should have been just a disqualification win for Goldust since Savio Vega used the Intercontinental title. I'm just saying, we didn't need a whole new champion, Uncle Gino. No offense, I love you, Uncle Gino, and I appreciate everything that you did for your lovely, lovely niece. That makes me so happy every single day. But
nice save. This match is wild as we get off to the start. Goldust is kissing Savio Vega in the corner.
That is the first thing in my notes, actually. Like I was like, wow, they're starting off hot and heavy.
Too hot for TV.
Too hot for TV. This is provocative stuff, ladies and gentlemen.
We got an inset promo during the match from the Ultimate Warrior, who says,
"Oh my God, what did he say?"
My heart is already taken by those that have always believed, filled with the passion and the love for devastation and destruction. I've come to bust open a hole in your house.
Oh my God.
There's gonna be squealing, Goldust, and you're gonna be the biggest squealing pig of all.
I'm proud of you for doing the snort because since we didn't have Drunk Guy JJ, I was wondering if we were going to get the snort this week.
Well, he's snorting, but snorting differently.
He snorted something else. That's why he was so good at it. Oh man, poor guy.
The commentary during this match, Jerry Lawler with random news stories that have nothing to do with what's going on in the ring. And I did like Vince McMahon losing it on commentary. He screaming at King, "Where's your head at? This is Monday Night Raw." That was a shoot.
He's like, "Get it together, okay? Get it together. Let's talk about the fucking show here."
Stone Cold Steve Austin and the $1 Million Man come get a closer look at this match. And by closer look, I mean Stone Cold interferes, hitting Savio with the Intercontinental title. And Goldust takes advantage for the dirty finish, the win. And new Intercontinental Champion for another time, second time, Goldust.
Should have just been and still Intercontinental Champion, but hey, when beggars can't be choosers, we're just happy, this one actually had a finish this time. Yeah, I mean it was a decent match. Goldust was in his flamboyant best. I love the inset promo from Ultimate Warrior. That was a nice break in the action. And yeah, I mean, we continued the Austin Savio Vega feud, which I thought was kind of trailed off after WrestleMania. We saw the highlight from Superstars, but we haven't really seen anything on Monday Night Raw, so it was nice that it continued here. We got the one and only Brett Thomas joining us in the live chat, and he says, "Never, never, ever ask for advice, Goldust." And it's evening in the UK, so he says, "Evening, SP3 and Romeo." Evening to you, Brett Thomas. He says, "Did Vince really break character?" Yes, he did. He was not happy at all with Jerry trailing off during this match.
It was a long night. It was a long night of taping.
Exactly. This is the last one. This is the last one of taping. They tape 4 weeks of television in one night. You gotta understand. He's gonna break character by that last taping, Brett.
From the Wrestling Observer newsletter.
Oh boy.
Couple of Goldust notes.
Oh
On the
boy.
first note is that during these tapings, there was a huge word chant at Goldust, which Dave Meltzer found very disturbing, especially since they showed little kids chanting it along with parents. Dave says it's hard to imagine.
The F word that we can't say on this television show, because we're not taped, and Romeo can't go behind us and bleep us out like we usually do for Drunk Guy JJ. But it's not it's not fuck. We can say fuck all we want. We say fuck all the time on Tru Rewind and Tru Heat YouTube channel. Fuck, that's okay. But there's another F word that we don't touch on, and that was referring to Goldust on this night.
Dave says to imagine if Goldust was some other racial minority and picture the crowd chanting spick. I could say spick.
Yes, we can. And I can say nigger.
There you go. Or slant eyes. I could say that because those are two separate words at him. Okay. Dave says no matter how you try to rationalize it, it's the same thing, and it's disgusting. This is 1996, folks.
Man, I'm proud of Dave. I don't know if Dave today would be as adamant against this. Yeah, he would. Dave is very adamant against this type of stuff. I can criticize Dave for a lot of things that he says nowadays, especially towards women, but we can always say that Dave is always an advocate against this type of rhetoric from fans and fans that throw trash in the ring. From looking at you, GCW.
Way too soon. And another Goldust note, he suffered a torn MCL during these tapings. I don't know if that might have been from having to wrestle twice during these tapings, maybe.
Pretty much back to back too. If they tape it if they tape it in order, he wrestled back to back.
He's expected to still work the match against Ultimate Warrior in your house, but not expected to do much. We'll see when we watch that. He's been told that he can rehab the knee and probably won't need surgery, but might be out of action for a little while. So those are your Goldust notes from the Wrestling Observer newsletter.
And since this is we're talking about good friends, better enemies in your house, let us know in the live chat if you're joining us live right now. We usually drop Tru Rewind on a Monday. We were going to drop this live with myself and Drunk Guy yesterday, to keep up our Monday drops. But what would you rather us do? Would you rather us go live on next week Monday or next week Tuesday? Let us know in the live chat if you're watching on replay in the comments section below, because we are going to go live for In Your House Good Friends Better Enemies review next week. So yes, and
it's the 50th.
Our 50th episode, the biggest episode yet of Tru Rewind, and ironically, it's for one of my favorite In Your Houses. I did an In Your House best of list, and I was so mad that I couldn't put Good Friends Better Enemies because it's pretty much a one-match show, which most In Your Houses are. But this is one of my favorites because this was one that I vividly remember due to the main event of Diesel versus Shawn Michaels.
Next up on Raw, we had Vader versus Fatu. Still out here trying to make a difference. And basically a squash here. Although Fatu did hit a nice cutter. And Vader faces Razor Ramon on Sunday. We haven't seen Razor Ramon in quite some time. We know he's on the way out. Vader with the Vader salt. Moonsault off the top rope for the win.
They kept teasing before this matchup that Vader was going to do something that we'd never seen before. And I think the fans also heard it because the fans were chanting moonsault, moonsault, moonsault. So they were all here for it. I was here for it. I loved me the Vader salt. This was something that I saw him do a lot in WCW, especially his matches with Sting. Those were like my first earliest memories of Vader. So it was nice to see that even in 1996, he still had that agility. We got Rambo joining us in the live chat talking about that chant during the Goldust match. Holy shit, the kids were chanting that? Yes, they were. They, in fact, were. And Brett Thomas says, I don't know. Dave is like an old man wanting to be hip with bucks these days. He's kind of a guy you might see out with a flat back cap wearing it backwards. Yeah, I could totally see.
No cap. No cap
right there.
Next up, we see some footage from the Germany tour. And here's one of those instances where things have to be changed around. Remember, Ahmed Johnson injured his, I believe, finger, thumb, arm wrestling.
Yes. Holding on to the table too tight, probably.
Yeah. So they have Jake the Snake Roberts taking his place, and we see that he DDTs British Bulldog and then puts the snake on him.
He put his snake on British Bulldog. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. I would be so sick to my stomach if he put his snake on my body and wrapped it around me the way he did that to British Bulldog. Disgusting, Jake. But yeah, this was a nice little angle to set up the match for In Your House. Good little improvisation from WWF.
Next up, we had a tag team match. The Godwins versus, oh my goodness, look who it is. Tajiri.
I marked out for this. I marked out for this so much.
And some jabroni.
Tim Patterson.
There you go.
No relation to Pat.
Clearly, if you watch this match. Sunny comes out to taunt Hillbilly Jim with the tag title. She gets chased back to that. And Henry with the slop drop on Patterson for the win. But afterwards, Skip and Ziv attack and pour some slop onto Phineas. Poor Phineas.
Man, Phineas always getting the short end of the stick. All he is horny. He's just horny. He wants some of Sunny. He's always paying attention to Sunny. He loses, his train of thought whenever Sunny is around. My man is horny. And if you know something about Phineas and who he develops into, the man who got naked wearing a fanny pack, you understand. This man has always been horny. He's always been a horny mofo.
What a pig. What a pig.
For a long time, horny is as horny does. And he was horny for some Sunny. So I felt bad that he had to be the one to get the slop in his face. He getting all slopped up and not in the way he wanted. We got Rambo in the live chat saying, I know when you go back to 96 Raws, they haven't aged well against today's perfection of production. But one thing that does age well is just how fans react to even the lowest card guy. I mean, I rather fans of today who don't say the word, the F word that we won't repeat. I rather that, honestly, Rambo. Red Thomas saying nothing to do with show, but I'm so happy, and I don't have anyone to tell, as don't have many friends, but I got a new job today. I'm really excited, and I'd like to ask you guys what I should do to celebrate. Well, you're here. You're here to celebrate. So that you're already off to a good start.
Congratulations, Brett.
Congratulations on the new job, Brett. I'm very happy for you. Always getting new occupations is a good thing, and treat yourself. However you're gonna treat yourself, whether that's a beer, whether that's a blunt, whether that's a cheat day of eating the pizza that you want, having a burger if you haven't ate a burger in a while, having a nice little steak. Treat yourself. That's what you deserve for getting a new job. Congrats.
Or how about a little bit of the bubbly? Drink it in, man.
There you go.
Next up, we had Mankind versus Aldo Montoya. Pretty quick work for Mankind here. Pile driver and the mandible claw. And the lovely piano music after Mankind wins.
It's like a symphony. It's
beautiful.
I almost had a tear to my eye. And this finish was just incredible. Aldo Montoya.
And disgusting.
Yes, indeed. that little slobber, that little hang of spit hanging out of his mouth. And luckily for you, Romeo, did you watch this in this order? Did you watch Raw first?
Yes.
See, I made the mistake.
I learned my lesson. I was
like, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up for once. I'm gonna watch Nitro first.
No, once it happens once, you gotta learn. You can't do it again.
I know I should have learned by now, but I made the mistake, and I knew everything that happened on this show.
You just really missed Nitro after a week off, I guess. You really missed them.
I did. Dude, no Nitro for a while, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start with Nitro this week, and totally within 5 minutes, I was like, damn, I should have watched all.
We get a video package recapping Diesel and Sean's feud, and then videotape promo from Diesel in Germany, who just sounded like really either tired or not interested, very monotone. Says he doesn't even want the belt. Vince and the corporate puppets tried to make Big Daddy Cool something he wasn't. Calls himself the bad guy. People know who the real leader of the new generation is. And then he calls out Vince at the announce table and says, anything can happen at In Your House.
I actually really enjoyed this promo from Diesel. I know he just seemed like
The content, not so much the delivery for me.
Yeah, not so much the delivery, but the content. And I really liked the video package because this felt like they were really pushing this as a big time main event. And they usually don't do that for the In Your House main events, but this is why this In Your House sticks out so vividly in my mind, because there was a lot of build. This was like a 3-year story that was culminating at this In Your House between the two dudes with attitude. And I like the fact that they narrated the whole story. They started from the beginning of Shawn bringing in Diesel, them becoming friends, them becoming tag team partners, tag team champions, the breakup at Survivor Series 1994, Diesel then following that up and winning the WWF Championship, their reconciliation, them both being champions at the same time, and then the fallout, and then Shawn becoming the champion. I like the way they told this story, and it actually felt like it was just overall just a very well told story. And a lot of people joining us in the live chat right now. I want to thank everybody for joining us. So Brett gives us choices now, Romeo: pizza, McDonald's, or KFC.
I'm going McDonald's there.
I don't like McDonald's. I had KFC today, but I'm gonna go with pizza. Go with pizza. And see, people are showing love to Brett.
Nice.
Kid Get Money saying congrats, Brett. Fifth Generation saying good on the job, Brett. See, I love the community.
You got friends here, pal.
You got friends. This is a celebration for you, Brett. This is a special True Rewind for you, Brett, because Brett, you have made, I want to count 1, 2, 3, 5 different comments without mentioning the P word, without mentioning either brother. I am so proud of you, Brett. You must be happy that you have a new job, because you've said 5 different comments without mentioning what you always mention, and I love you for that, brother. We got Rambo saying, well done, Brett. Kid Get Money saying a little bit of the bubbly for Brett. Rambo saying pizza for Brett. We got Shauna joining us again. I remember you from the Romeo Report this past weekend. Anyone who hasn't watched that should definitely go back, watch that, as we broke down the Bray Wyatt being released from WWE News. And she says, this makes me old. This makes me old. I graduated high school in June of 1996. This just aged me. I love you guys. Also, I go for douchey heel factions / wrestlers. So who is your favorite douchey heel faction or wrestler, Shauna? That's what we want to know in the live chat now. We got Frantic World joining us saying, what's up, True Hill Heat in chat. We got Lizzie Stallion, one of the elite good eggs from Wrestling Daily, joining us saying, so happy to see you live on True Hill Heat channel. Thank you, Lizzie, and thank you for joining us live. You don't always get to catch us live. I know the time difference, stuff like that. You have a busy life, but I appreciate you joining us here live right now. And Brett saying, thank you all so much. Think I'm gonna cry, as you are all so nice. I'm celebrating, enjoying this show, and yes, have some pizza and a little bit of the bubbly, Brett, as everybody has said.
Let's wrap up this Raw match of the night. Goldust versus Savio.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah, unanimous.
Yeah, it's unanimous there.
And on that note, I got to go Goldust for MVP, winning the IC title back.
Although the delivery wasn't good, I really liked the Diesel promo. Just the content was enough for me, and just the way they built up this main event, I have to go with Diesel.
LVP, I am going to go with Tajiri's partner, Tim Patterson.
I am going with, not related to Pat, Tim Patterson as well.
And we'll put our thumbs out, and in 3, 2, 1, it'll be thumbs up or thumbs down for this Raw. 3, 2, 1. Unanimous thumbs down. Did this show make you want to order In Your House, son?
That's the thing. This was the first time that I didn't give a thumbs in the middle or a thumbs up, but they effectively built up the main event of In Your House. Nothing else on the card is really making me want to order this show, But the main event, Shawn Michaels and Diesel, has been well built, especially on this episode. So yes, they have made me pay. They will make me pay. What was it? Like $15? $15? Yeah, $15 for a pay-per-view. I have to pay 50 for AEW nowadays. I'll pay $15 to see Shawn Michaels versus Diesel.
Of course, this is 1996 money.
Yes.
Very different from 2021 money.
Exactly. We got the man, the myth, the legend, John Scott of Powered 4 TV joining us in the live chat saying, "Good evening, SP3 and Romeo. How are you guys?" Sent me links, Mr. Thomas, who I wanted to congratulate myself. See, everyone showing love. This is True Rewind, the Brett Thomas celebration. That's what we just renamed this episode. We got Shauna saying old school is Triple H and Evolution, her favorite douchey heel wrestler in faction.
Counts.
And new school is Hit Row and Adam Cole.
Counts.
I consider Hit Row baby faces, but to each his own. I appreciate that you showing love to Hit Row. And Lizzie Stallion saying bargain. I'll buy in twice at $15 for a pay-per-view. Absolutely. 1996 money. $15 is like 30 though in 1996. That is true.
The Raw rating last week they did a 3.1. What do you think they did this week?
I'm gonna go with 3.2.
3.3 up. Good job by Raw. 30 finishes, 1, and the Raw band returned. Wow, I missed that.
Yeah, they're here. That's what I put in my notes. They're here, I guess.
You want to change the channel to Nitro and we could talk about what happened on Monday Nitro?
Yeah, let me get my remote here. Excuse me. I got a lot of my kid stuff in the way, like toys and Peppa Pig and stuff. All right, here you go.
We are live, pal, from Albany, Georgia. And we have a Pepe fashion report. His eyes are coming out of his damn... What is going on here?
Oh, boy. Man, it took me a few times to figure out what he was saying in this opening. But I'll try my best here. Probably going to get in trouble with the wife. She said not to be loud, but it's Mongo, so I got to be slightly loud. Whoa, I got to reiterate, you see the little guy, he's got the eyes popping out. I saw Macho backstage, has got the eyes out, and he's got the slobbering jaw. He's the Kojo of WCW. I don't know what we're gonna do. He's gonna tear up the whole joint.
Mongo. The dog is sort of cute, though.
Not gonna lie, just a good point. And before we move on from WWF, John Scott's got a question for us. Oh dear, thumbs down. Now, quick question to you both about go home shows in WWF. Then, did they do free for alls for In Your House? They did really do well on last minute impulsive buys back then. Yeah, I believe they did, didn't they?
They just started. Yeah, I think the first one was for WrestleMania.
There you go. Free for alls have begun. On the free for alls before the pay per views, I just can't remember if In Your House did them, but yeah.
From this point forward, yeah.
This started the trend. WrestleMania 12 started the trend, and then Shauna saying, "I remember my dad and mom complaining about the price of the Tyson Spinks fight being $19.99. I would kill to pay for that now." Absolutely. Yes. Keep coming on those comments. We love your comments live. Of course, if you want your comment to be highlighted for sure, so we don't skip it, because a lot of you are joining us live, you can give us a super chat donation. It helps the channel greatly, and we will highlight your comment for sure.
And as SP3 alluded to earlier, Nitro starts off with Eric Bischoff giving away the results of the taped Raw. And you hear him reading out the matches, and it definitely sounded like a snooze fest, didn't it, SP3?
Oh my God, it did. And he did it multiple times at that. Like, he did it during the Public Enemy entrance, and then he did it again late, like after the match, and he called Goldust a transvestite.
That's right.
RuPaul transvestite. That's what his exact words were.
Wow. And from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, when asked about giving away Raw results on Nitro, Eric Bischoff said, "Because I enjoy it." Yeah, that's another break the rules kind of thing. I'm out to kind of reinvent what wrestling is. If people want me to produce a wrestling show under the same rules, same guidelines, using the same formulas that have been done for years and years, then they're going to be really upset with me because I'm not going to do that. For wrestling to grow, for us to get the attention of the masses, I'm not talking about the hardcore obsessed fan out there. I'm talking about the people that make up that 3.0 and 3.5 rating. For me to make this fun to watch, I've got to do things that are a little outside the box, so to speak. And one of the things I like to do is break rules. And if one of the rules is don't ever acknowledge your competition, don't ever give away the results of a show that your head's up against, then I'm going to break every rule.
And young 16, 15-year-old Tony Khan was listening to this, and he's like, we're going to acknowledge our competition when I grow up as well.
Uh-oh, you just gave Rambo free reign now. Free reign.
I opened Pandora's box. My bad.
Open the box. You opened the forbidden door on Tru Rewind.
My bad.
Tag team action, Public Enemy versus the American Males.
American Males, American Males, American Males, American Males, American Males, American Males, American Males. American Males.
Now you're definitely going to hear from the missus. Scotty Riggs thrown over the top rope, dirty finish. And I hope this is the last we see of this stupid damn rule. Disqualified for throwing someone over the top rope. I cannot believe this existed once upon a time.
This was always a downer whenever I watched WCW, that throwing someone over the top rope was a disqualification. It always pissed me off every time it happened. We got in the live chat, Shauna saying, Bischoff was savage. I loved it back then. Now it's a whole heel move. It kind of made WCW the heel promotion. Indeed, it did. And then Lizzie Stallion saying, "Oh my God, is that Buff Bagwell? He looks like a child."
Movie star Buff Bagwell. Don't forget that.
The American
filming movies.
Oh yeah, he is. They mentioned that on commentary.
Oh, they had to. They got a movie star on their hands. Oh,
just like that.
After this match, Public Enemy, they delivered the Public Enemy table sandwich to Riggs, as if getting thrown off the top rope wasn't enough. You got these two guys landing on you on a table on the outside.
That had to hurt. That had to hurt little Scotty.
Bischoff, at one point or another, sends his best wishes to Brian Pillman. And we know Brian Pillman, the unfortunate car accident, happens around this time. He was released from the hospital. The Wrestling Observer newsletter said the worst was a crushed ankle. They had to remove a bone from his hip to use his surgery to reconstruct it. Broken nose, fractured cheekbone, dislocated jaw, facial surgery, jaw wired shut. Pillman wasn't wearing his seatbelt, which probably saved his life in this case, as he would have been crushed inside the vehicle otherwise. And we know what happens to Pillman here. He'd be out of action. Negotiations with WWF and WCW. And Meltzer noted he'll probably still end up signing with one or the other.
He made big bank being half the performer that he was before. What man, Brian Pillman, he getting the bag. He like Chris Paul getting $30 million at 40 years old, man. That's great.
Sure. Now, next up, we had Chris Benoit versus Eddie Guerrero.
Oh no, no, you missed the Mean Gene, the star of the show, Mean Gene, with his first segment breaking down some of the matchups for Slamboree. Since Slamboree, we're gonna do the Lethal Lottery, where people team up with people they haven't. They're like a random drawing. So Fire and Ice, though, a tag team, will be teaming up again with each other to verse Stevie Ray and Big Bubba. And Hugh Morris and Meng will verse Meng's usual partner, Barbarian and Bobby Walker. Who the hell? I don't even know who the fuck that is. But yeah. And then he does the drawing for the next match, which will actually be Ric Flair, who's the World Heavyweight Champion. And they literally just told us that the winner of the Battle Bowl of this will be the Lord of the Ring and get a shot at the World Championship. But The world champion is in this match, in this tournament, this one night thing where the winners of the tag team matches will go into an 8-man over the top battle royal for one Lord of the Ring. Ric Flair, the world champion's in this match, and he's going to be teaming with Macho Man Randy Savage to verse Arn Anderson and Eddie Guerrero.
Random tag teams. That wasn't meant on purpose.
No. That's totally random. Totally random that you had two guys that were feuding with each other against each other. Totally random.
Yeah, all night Mean Gene was flanked by these two ladies who he makes them say they're going to hang out with him later. Very forced and awkward. And also very awkward, struggling to open up these envelopes, you know.
If that's how he opens his mail, goddamn, get this man a mail opener, please. Please, look at how horrible that envelope looks. And I really wanted the ladies to blink twice to let me know that they were safe.
He tried to get some guy next to the cameraman to hold the envelope, and the guy just didn't want to. You saw Mean Gene get flustered and frustrated. This is a rough night for Mean Gene. Chris Benoit versus Eddie Guerrero. And good action, although short, you know, pushing the cruiserweight title and division. And Benoit cheats, holding onto the ropes. Dirty finish.
Yes, I thought this was good technical wrestling. Eddie and Chris always have good chemistry with each other, always have good matches, and this was no different. I like Chris cheating to win because he's a horseman, and that's what the horsemen do.
And Mean Gene brings out someone from WCW's head office to confront Randy Savage for his recent actions against Ric Flair. The guy threatens Randy if he doesn't control his behavior, there will be severe ramifications. Oh, yeah. And even Mean Gene got on Randy, too. And I thought Randy seemed justified here. He's like, these guys are getting on Randy Savage. I'm like, screw you guys.
I didn't think this was right. I think they were really putting Randy on the spot. This man is getting his money spent by his ex-wife, and she's flaunting it in his face. She's I don't even know if they're officially divorced, so she could be committing adultery right in front of his face. So he's going through a lot in this situation. And one of these suits, they get Mean Gene to pick on him. I got a third analyst here. You want to chime in? Oh, yes. We got Harlem in the house. Harlem, what do you have to say about this?
Not our first appearance.
Yes, Harlem's back in the DeLorean with us. She says this is disgusting. Disgusting display of mismanagement by WCW.
You know, if Harlem ever gets in the business, gets a tag team, maybe with her brother, you know, Harlem Heat, is that a good name suggestion or what?
I love it. True Harlem Heat. That's what I say. That's what I say. THH. Keep the legacy going.
Next up, we had.
Thank you, Shauna. Shauna saying, "Oh, she's beautiful. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. My baby girl." And we got love for Harlem. Harlem's getting all the love in the live chat right now. Lizzie Stallion saying, "Oh my word, SP3, you make cute babies." It's all my wife. It's all her. It's all her.
Very smart man. Smart man.
I was just there.
Take notes, guys. Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Meng, and Duggan is just completely coked out of his mind. I mean, just look at him as he's getting the nerve hold. What is going on with this guy? Not a single babyface action done by Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Tried to use a 2x4 for no damn reason. Tapes up his fist. Yeah, that's babyface. Then hits Meng with the taped up face and wins. Wins with the taped up punch.
Right
Dirty
in front
finish.
of the ref.
Right in front of the referee.
Right in front of the ref. Like is the tape fist not illegal? They literally told us on commentary that it makes your punch harder, and yet Hacksaw's able to use it and get the win. Like come on, WCW, a little consistency here. I'm disgusted by the management. I'm disgusted by the referees. This is malpractice at its best. We got Carnage Payne joining us saying, "Hey, True Hill Heat, Empowered 4. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of people joining us live. Please drop us a thumbs up on this video, share this video on all your favorite social media platforms. We're loving the love in the live chat right now. Kid Get Money saying, I didn't know Mean Gene had a pimp gimmick. Yeah, he did on this edition of WCW Nitro.
The main event time, Sting and Luger versus Flair and Giant with all the tag titles on the line. They even said Giant could win the world title from Flair. What? How?
Well, you once again missed out on another Pimp Mean Gene segment. Pimp Mean Gene is back, and he's talking about the Slamboree drawing once again, and he says it's going to be Alex Wright and Disco Inferno, the first edition of the Dancing Fools tag team, one of my favorite tag teams from WCW, versus the Earl of Eden and Dirty Dick Slater, the Earl of Dicks, or as I like to call them. We had Lord Steven Regal and Belfast Bruiser, the first edition of the King's Court, King Booker's King's Court. Even Harlem loves that tag team. And they're going to be versing BK Wall Street and Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
So this main event, a very similar concept to what WWF did months prior. If you remember, Yokozuna Bulldog versus Shawn and Diesel. Instead of doing a title switch and then reversing it like WWF did, they just didn't even bother having a clean finish to this damn match.
Hey, I'd rather this than what WWF gave us. We literally had a court case to totally null and void the pay-per-view that we just paid money for the previous night. So at least WCW gave us this for free, so we didn't go in with the expectation that we're going to get a finish.
We had Flair flirting with Deborah McMichael in the audience, which Mongo did not like on commentary.
No.
And we also...
Good Samaritan Macho Man Randy Savage came out and was Deborah's protector.
And gets taken out in handcuffs for the second week in a row. This time not by his own friends, by actual cops.
I don't know who takes more L's, Macho Man Randy Savage or Low-Key.
Damn.
Quite close.
Too soon also.
Too soon.
This match, Luger and Sting, well, there you go. Looking happy, looking like baby faces. The ref struggling with all the belts on the line.
So the WCW World Heavyweight Championships on the line, the WCW World Tag Team Championships on the line, and Lex Luger's WCW World Television Championship is on the line, even though he did not come out with the TV title. Just wanted to mention that.
Good point. There's a bait and switch here. Dirty finish. None of the titles change hands. Woman gives Flair a cup of coffee. Great. But he accidentally throws it in the eyes of the Giant, and the ref calls for the DQ. DQ. Hot coffee in the eyes of his partner, not his opponent.
I guess Sting and Luger win?
Yeah, I guess. Ric Flair then gets a towel to try to help out Giant, and fearing for his life. The Giant recovers and challenges Ric Flair to a match, and Ric Flair running away. Run, Rick, run. Gets on the mic behind the announcers and says, next week, I'm going to kick your big ass.
No, he first says that he's upset because he apologized. He was trying to make good, and Giant didn't accept his apology. And he was like, if he has until the end of the show, which was literally like
Right
2
there.
more minutes, to apologize to him, or he's gonna kick his big ass. And Giant flipped. Giant ran faster than he ever ran before. He ran faster here than he did for his deceased father while Big Boss Man strapped it to the back of his car.
So yeah, the Giants, what'd you think of this? Hot coffee again.
Third week in a row with hot coffee. It is the world's most dangerous move in professional wrestling outside of the roll up. It can make the Giant even blind. So yeah, I mean, this is overuse of hot coffee, just like we saw overuse of high heels. This is what WCW does in 1996, it seems. It feels like it's going to be a long time before we get to May, when finally this thing starts to change a little bit, when we get our biggest, defection from WWF to WCW.
That's a weird way of saying you missed Hulk Hogan this week.
Oh God, no, I didn't. Oh no, I didn't.
Match of the night: Eddie versus Benoit.
Easily by a country mile.
MVP for me, I'm gonna go Ric Flair.
I'm gonna go Sting and Luger. I'm gonna go Sting and Luger here. They didn't even have. They should be WCW World Heavyweight Champion. At least one of them. At least one of them. But I mean, they would have got the pin on the Giant, and the Giant didn't have any gold. He just had everything to gain here. He could have even pinned his partner to win the world title, from how I
Makes no
understand the
sense.
rules of this matchup. But Sting and Luger make a good babyface tag team, so I'll go with them.
LVP, I'm going Mean Gene Okerlund having a rough night with the envelopes. You?
Mean Gene is not having a rough light. Did you see all the ladies that he had around him? Even though, like I said, I wanted them to
Sounds
blink
like
twice.
sexual harassment to me.
I wanted them to blink twice to make sure they were safe. But I'm gonna go with Macho Man Randy Savage. He is the low key of WCW.
We'll put our thumbs out, and 3, 2, 1. It'll be thumbs up or thumbs down for this Nitro. 3, 2, 1. Unanimous thumbs down. 2 thumbs downs on these shows. The rating, last week they did a 2.8. What do you think they did this week?
I'm guessing they're going to be down because they didn't promote this main event at all. I feel like this main event would have been a draw for them, but I'm going to go 2.5.
Down, yes, but only a 2.7. You're saying this main event was rushed and panic booked? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Pretty much. For sure.
4 dirty finishes. Oh, 1 handcuffs, 1 hot coffee, 1 bait and switch, and Mongo meter awful for the 31st time.
You can always count on Mongo to be consistent here.
Yes, very consistent. Consistently bad.
A couple of comments to highlight here. Brett Thomas saying, was Elizabeth truly a sweet woman in real life, or was that all a front? I'll let you answer that, Romeo.
I don't know. I never met Elizabeth in real life.
Hey, he did watch Dark Side of the Ring. That's all I can tell you. We'll check out our Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, she's just now meeting Lex Luger. You could sort of go from there.
Yeah, just check out our Dark Side of the Ring review of Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth. Lizzie Stallion saying, did the Giant then have a heel turn swiftly followed by a face turn before the end of the episode? I believe this was the Giant's first face turn, in my opinion. This would be a face turn because he's going against the top heel.
Now, in my opinion, this is his second face turn so far.
True, he did attack Flair before this as well.
So the Giant is doing giant things, big show things. All white.
Carnage Payne saying, did WCW and WWF pay-per-views back then ever clash on a Sunday, or were they respectful enough in that area, just not on TV? Back in these days, only one show could get the night for a pay-per-view. You couldn't book 2 pay-per-views on the same night because pay-per-view only gave the option for 1 pay-per-view at a time.
So no choice.
Yes. Shauna saying referee Nick Patrick, the original heel ref, indeed. And Kid Get Money saying MVP Pimp Mean Gene. That is all for the live chat here. Thank you everyone who joined us live. If you're watching us on replay, of course, give us your MVP, your LVP, thumbs up or thumbs down for these episodes of WWF Raw and WCW Nitro for April 22nd, 1996. But we have to decide because both shows got a thumbs down. Who did you give the win this week, Romeo?
I'll say Nitro was slightly better.
I agree because of the main event and because of Benoit and Eddie. Benoit and Eddie was the best match on either show. I'm going to give it to Nitro.
In the ratings war, Raw wins 3.3 to 2.7. This is the largest margin of victory for Raw since November of 95. And on the Tru Rewind scoreboard, Nitro increases its lead 15 to 13 with 2 ties.
We got
excuse me. 15 to 13. 2 ties is the ratings.
I think we got another question here. One thing I couldn't stand in WCW then was their ring canvas color. Also, was WCW using an 18 by 18 ring? Seems smaller than WWF's Axis Rambo. Do you have that information, Romeo?
I do not.
So that's something for you to give to the people next week when we go live for episode 50 of Tru Rewind, the biggest episode yet. Join us. Brett was the only one that answered our question. He said either or. So for now, we're going to promote it. Next Monday, we're going to go live, episode 50. Homework: watch WWF In Your House #7, Good Friends, Better Enemies, from April 28th, 1996, before next Monday, and join us live. We'll have updates on our Twitter page for what time you can join us, but it'll probably be earlier in the day than this live stream. I had a lot of stuff going on. Took the kids to see Space Jam 2 earlier today. My daughter and my wife hated it, but the Space Jam that came out in 1996 was much better. That's all I can say.
Yes.
We can all agree there. Romeo, you have anything to promote for the people?
Yes, as SP3 said earlier, check out Rated Raw Superstars number 12. Going Raw made me sick. That's why Drunk Guy JJ is not here. The watch along AEW Dynamite Homecoming. That's tomorrow. Juventud, Chris Jericho, a little bit of WCW for AEW. And also check out, it'll come out later on this week, NX3 number 17. Love Her or Lose Her. Me, Chris G and Ness review NXT. And you can find me on Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram, The Pride of NY. Follow me.
And of course, you could follow me on Twitter at TrueHeelSP3. You will see me tomorrow on YouTube, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. BST on Powered 4 TV for Powered 4 SP3. 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. BST on the Wrestling Daily YouTube channel with Alex McCarthy. Check out the community tab. We're going to have another poll to decide our debate. And right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, you could see me on Saturday on the True Hill Heat Weekly Podcast. And maybe you'll see an appearance by the one and only Harlem Rain.
And follow the whole gang, True Hill Heat, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hit the bell for notifications. Subscribe if you aren't already. You don't want to miss whenever we upload new content to the channel. All right, SP3, you can sign us off.
For Romeo Anthony Colon. For True Harlem Heat. Yeah, that's what she said. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been True Rewind, episode 49. Until episode 50 next Monday, we are signing off until next